Hi, my name is Andrew Chafin, and I am the assistant of Anshu Krista Jacobson at the Budo Ryu Ninjutsu Dojo. Today I'm going to go over the ideas of Innin and Yoninjutsu. Now, these are seen as the fundamentals of stealth. Innin and Yoninjutsu is connected to the ideas of Yin and Yo, light and dark, okay? Inninjutsu would be the idea of dark ninjutsu, and Yoninjutsu would be the idea of light ninjutsu. Now, even though the Inninjutsu is the idea of dark ninjutsu, doesn't necessarily mean that it's only done at night. Okay, it just follows the simple idea and rule that you are not physically seen. Okay, so when you see them dressed up in the Shinobi Shizoku and they're running around hiding in the shadows or up in the rafter or underneath some foliage in the bush where you can look at a scene and not see them, that would be the idea of Inninjutsu. Now, of course, there's more shadows and it's harder to see people at night, so that's why you typically see that kind of concept. Now, Yoninjutsu would be the idea of you are infiltrating an area and everyone can see you and not know your true intentions or what you really are. Through Yoninjutsu is typically where you see the ideas of using the forms of disguise that you see the ninja apply, like the Imabushi monk or the merchant or the entertainer, and where they infiltrate and collect information or get the hell out of Dodge. Inninjutsu also applied the idea of Kagegakurejutsu, which would be the idea of hiding in the shadows, okay, and hence dressing up in the Shinobi Shizoku or the classical black outfit that you see. Along with Inninjutsu would also be the idea of Nusubitojutsu, which would be the idea of stealing and thievery. Last but not least, the Inninjutsu applies the idea of Kamaritsuke, which is the Shinobi art of detection skills. Okay, with that, there was also a select form of ninja called the Toki, which was their entire job to detect other ninja. Okay, that's a common practice that you see all across the world, and it's not specifically applied to the ninja. I mean, the best way to handle like skirmishers was to have some skirmishers of your own. So you generally see the same idea applied for the form of defense or prevention. Both of Innin and Yoninjutsu have both entering and exiting methods. In Yoninjutsu, along with the ideas of Inpo, Tanpo, and Hensojutsu, which is the art of disguise, you also have what's called Benjutsu, which is the art of speech and dialect. Okay. Now, like I said before, Yoninjutsu is the idea of infiltrating into the form of disguise where everyone sees you, acknowledges you, but doesn't know what you truly are. In order for you to blend into a foreign land, you would need to know how they spoke and what dialect they used to better disguise yourselves and blend in with society. Now, regarding Dakko and the understanding of customs, it is important to be able to apply that so that you understand the ways of the people that you are trying to infiltrate. The last thing you want to do is go into a foreign land and you get caught because there's a certain way that you did something that instantly flags that you don't belong there. Okay, even though that Innin and Yoninjutsu are seen as light and dark ninjutsu, doesn't mean that they are limited strictly to light and darkness. Okay, Inninjutsu can be done both in dark time or darkness and daytime, and the same for Yonin. It can be done either ways. You don't need to be that skilled in order to hide behind a wall and jump out from behind the wall and stab someone who's coming in and walking around, because it doesn't take much skill. It's just you're hidden and you jump out, you stab, you run. It's that easy. So it's actually seen as something that only lower level ninja do. Yoninjutsu requires social skills. You have to be able to know. You have to be able to know the customs. You have to be able to know the speech and dialect. You have to know how people work. You have to know how to infiltrate. You have to know how to collect information, where the information is going to be, etc., etc. So Yoninjutsu is typically seen as something that only the more elite would pull off.